What do you believe is possible for you? And do you use your circumstance and past experience to judge what is possible for you? Let's play. So, do you believe you can have $1,000,000? Do you believe you can have $1,000,000,000? Do you think it's possible for you to have healthy and really fun family life? Do you believe you can have radiant health? You can run up and down the mountain without a hitch? Do you believe you can be a public speaker? Do you believe you can have multiple orgasms in a row? Whatever you want, my question is, do you believe you can have it? Let's have time. Do you believe you can have it this year, this month, today? Do you believe you can have $1,000,000 more today? Do you believe you can have it all right now? Well, if you had no to any of those, my question is, why? How do you judge if something is possible for you or not? What do you base your assessment whether something is possible for you? And odds are you base it on your circumstance, on what is known to you. And all of us do this. Now, important distinction. There are your conscious beliefs, what you think you believe, and then there are your unconscious beliefs, which is what you truly believe behind the scenes, what your body is believing, what your mind is believing, what your heart is believing, is when you're faced with a decision, what do you actually do? How do you actually act when faced with a decision? Do you act on what your conscious beliefs are, or you act on your subconscious beliefs? And actually, it's usually a combination of both, because your subconscious beliefs do determine your decisions, especially when you don't bring consciousness to them. And that's what I'm really passionate about. Bringing subconscious into the conscious and creating reality that truly benefits you. And if there's something you want to manifest, create, achieve, then eventually you will need to address your subconscious beliefs. One way or another, they will need to be rewritten. And there are these pragmatical people who think, and it's possible, there's nothing wrong with that they can override his beliefs just by pure willpower, just by massing amounts of evidence, like Alex Hormozy. I love Alex Hormozy, and the method works. However, usually it's not the most fun method. It works, like whatever method works, do that. However, if you want to have success and have it fun, I suggest you also go do inner work and address those beliefs up front as you take action. So, what do you believe is possible for you? As I said, most of us, consciously or subconsciously, base our possibility on our circumstances. As even Bible says not to do that. In John 7:24, judge not by your appearances. Well, if we're encouraged, even in Bible, not to judge by our appearances, by our past, what do? Well, the same verse tells us, use righteous judgment. However, what does it mean to have righteous judgment? What does it mean? Well, very simple. I suggest that you create your judgment by what feels good. For all, not just you, for all in the long run. So let's say you want to have $1 billion now, today. Is this righteous judgment? Depends. Depends how it feels for you. Does it feel that more people would benefit from you having $1 billion than you not having $1 billion? Does it feel like you could do much more good in the world if you had this money? And if it feels like that, then it's righteous judgment. and it feels like you're better off not having this money, that's righteous judgment too. So righteous judgment is basically what feels aligned, good, light, expansive, and lighthearted. It is that simple. And any thought, you can judge it. Any thought that comes to your mind, you can immediately ask, how does it feel? And then you feel, you listen. Because what does it mean to judge? You ask a question and then you listen. You judge. You make a discernment. How do you make a discernment? I suggest you listen to your heart. You listen to your guide. Spirit guide. Some people call them spirit guides. Highest self, God, whatever you call it. Different traditions call it different ways, or it's always the same. You ask, and then you listen. You sense. And then you make a judgment. You make a righteous judgment. That's what I suggest. And I also suggest mindfulness practice, because all of us go through life, and especially entrepreneurs, we cannot purely build our business by our appearances or what we achieved in the past, what we've seen possible. There would be no growth in that. And in a growing economy with inflation always happening, it is impossible to build successful business if we always look backwards, what we had before in our past, to determine what we're going to have right now and in future. We need to have plans. We need to have future. And we need to also raise our limits and be more optimistic and realize what is possible for us by not judging what happened before. So entrepreneurs will know it in our business that in some areas that we cannot purely base our predictions on our past. Yes, we can kind of use a data-driven approach. We can use past to kind of reaffirm us, but at the end of the day, we cannot use just past. We cannot. It would be impossible to build success in this way, or it would be really boring, really slow, and unreliable success, because as the economy shifts, as the evidence in the past shifts, as the evidence in the present shifts, how do we adapt? We need to invent. We need to be creative. We need to be in a flow state, creative, and come up with something that has never been seen before. That's how we innovate. And it's only possible that we allow ourselves to think in possibilities of what have not been before. That's what we rate as success comes. And it's also important to address the subconscious part of it. How do we really truly feel in our heart? Is this possible? And if you're able to address it in advance, what you believe in your heart, the journey will be that much more fun, easy, and lighthearted. And that's what I invite you to do. I invite you to ask yourself, what do you want? And then listen, how do you feel about it? If there's anything uneasy, heavy, and that's a belief. Belief based on your past experiences and circumstances, which I encourage you to release by embracing it with love. And with that said, let's go into the practice. Let's meditate. Welcome to Righteous Judgment Meditation. Find a comfortable place where you feel safe and undisturbed for the remainder of this practice. Close your eyes and go within. Put your attention on your breath through your heart. For the remainder of this practice, keep bringing your awareness gently, being aware of your heart. You can put your awareness in your heart or just gently remind yourself of your heart. Both will work for you to have more righteous judgment. And as you breathe and listen to my voice, Allow yourself to relax, to be more at ease. Release any tension. Pay special awareness to your eyes. Relax and soften your gaze. Relax your face. Loosen your jaw. Relax and release any tension or discomfort in your neck and shoulders. Use your breath and exhalation to release even more any physical, mental, or emotional discomfort. And keep breathing, feeling safe, connected, and fully present in your body in the present moment. Remember your heart. Remember your breath. And as you breathe, notice your mind and your thoughts. Just notice any repetitive thoughts and notice how these thoughts feel. Just observe. And as you observe, bring your attention back to your heart. Allow your thoughts to be. Allow your breath to be. Allow any emotion to just be. Allow yourself to feel. Just observe without need to change or control any sense or observation. And as you breathe, pick something you would like to judge, not from a place of judgmental or blame, but from a place of righteous judgment. And first judgment to make is decide what's righteous judgment for you. Yes, you need to judge to decide what's righteous judgment. So let's judge together. Ask your heart, what's righteous judgment for me? And listen. Listen to your heart and listen to my voice. Combine the two and come to your own conclusion. I will share my definition, my experience, and use your heart to accept or reject whatever you hear by using your heart and discernment. For me, righteous judgment is following my heart and intuition. Whatever feels loving, kind, light-hearted, that's righteous judgment for me. Whatever feels good for me and the other. Righteous judgment is not black and white. It's a spectrum. It's a degree. And I can always make my judgment more righteous. So can you. Can I make this judgment more righteous, more loving, more fulfilled, more kind, more compassionate? The answer is yes, of course I can. And even this question, can I make it more loving? That's the judgment. What is it? Which one feels more righteous? That you can make it more or you cannot? That's judgment. Use your judgment to make the righteous judgment for you. And now ask yourself, what do you want? And listen. Allow yourself to want more love, more harmony, more peace, more fulfillment in your physical realm, in your relationships, finances, and spiritual development. In any area you like, ask yourself what you want. And as you allow yourself to entertain different thoughts, allow yourself to want these thoughts. Allow yourself to want. And as you allow, make a judgment. Why should you allow yourself? See, even allowing yourself to want is a judgment. Use your righteous judgment for anything you may or may not want. Allow yourself to judge. There is no right and wrong for anything you may or may not want. There's only you and your righteous judgment. I may encourage you to allow yourself to feel. I may encourage you to allow yourself to want, but only you can make your righteous judgment. So listen to your heart, listen to your intuition and your guidance from divine, and follow accordingly, using your righteous judgment from moment to moment, allowing yourself to feel, being truly honest with yourself. And you may pick one righteous desire, one righteous want, and ask yourself, is this possible? And again, listen and feel. Make a righteous judgment. Is this possible? Why not? Why yes? Use righteous judgment. How does it feel? Allow yourself to feel and be thankfully present. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You may stay here as long as you like. And whenever ready, open your eyes and keep righteous judgment.